Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of our entitled parents. In today's episode, my 28M parents tried to cancel the wedding with my fiancé, 25F, the day before my birthday and over the time we were celebrating Christmas. Is it appropriate for my mom to track my location as I'm 28 years old? My F25 mother, F50, doesn't want me to see my boyfriend, M25, of 5 years. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. My 28M parents tried to cancel the wedding with my fiancé, 25F, the day before my birthday and over the time we were celebrating Christmas. In summary, we went home to celebrate my birthday and Christmas, while my family said they would help pay for our wedding, which ended in them staging an intervention that would have broken us up and left my fiancé homeless. Update: we made it back home. A few things to mention. Sorry, the formatting is terrible. This isn't the first time they have done things like this. More stories to come. Our parents came to us and offered to help pay. We didn't just ask for money. They offered it after the engagement and wanted to help us out with our money. It's a bit weird. We would tell them things like how we originally wanted to do a bring your own drink sort of deal, and my dad turned around and almost demanded that we do an open bar. He said he would cover the whole thing. So we weren't expecting a ton of money at all. It felt very forced for some reason. The debt is partly our fault. Granted, we got our financial info stolen, got into a lawsuit with the bank for a breach of contract, had expensive emergency medical expenses, and tried to get loans to help with it all. Never ever get a loan unless you know with complete certainty you can pay it back. A while back, my fiancée did leave her job at the post office because of unsafe working conditions. Anyone who works there or has worked there can probably relate to that in some way. Some of you have done some digging and have seen the situation I was in. It's improved slightly since then, as they gave me a $2 raise at work. Thank you all for your kind words and support. It means more than you will ever know. Strap in because this is a wild ride. My fiancé and my family have always been a bit rocky from when we first started dating because I came from an upper-class family and she didn't. That doesn't matter to me, of course. I'm engaged and over the moon in love with this woman. Anywho, we are planning on having the wedding next year, just finished our first semester in film school and got approved for an internship for this summer. We moved out of state for school and have been there for about 2 years. If it wasn't for Dad already having paid for the venue, I would say you should just elope. Asking parents for help setting up a budget isn't asking them to pay for it, although I doubt your parents recognize the distinction. For you and your fiancé's sanity, don't accept any funds from your family because they'll use it as an excuse to force their choices on you. Best of luck and congratulations on your engagement. Thank you. My parents already said in their intervention that they will not support either of us at all. I'm okay with that. What assholes of parents, if they're gonna act like that, I'd watch it with them as they may try to sabotage your wedding, cause if I were you I'd have things set up to where even if they try they can't without your consent or knowledge. Keep that in mind as a precaution. Yeah, contact the venue and any other wedding providers ASAP and let them know that your father and mother disagree with the wedding and may try to sabotage it, and any cancellation or change needs to go through you. Until the first grandkid. Then they'll rug sweep theirs way back into his life. Well, that is likely at least 5 people off the guest list, maybe more. Maybe not cancel, but scale back to be able to cover it within your own budget. To start the conversation off with just cancel it was disrespectful to all involved. I just want to say that getting married is fine, but having a wedding is not mandatory, especially in a financial hardship. You can choose to have it later when you are at a better financial situation. From my limited view, you don't seem exactly financially independent. If so, I'd suggest you set some priorities. I kind of agree that if you can't support yourself financially without the help of your parents, you might be too immature for marriage. Like, dude, you're 28 years old. Why do you need help budgeting? You aren't 19 and away from home for the first time. Is it appropriate for my mom to track my location as I'm 28 years old? It's really embarrassing that my mom still tracks my location and I'm almost 30. If I go somewhere she wasn't expecting me to go or is somewhere she doesn't recognize, she'll text me, "Where are you?" Like she can literally see exactly where I am on the map. Why still ask me where I am? I know she is just nosy and wants to control me. I've tried turning off my location in the past and it resulted in a huge fit from her, so I turned it back on. But it's like, I feel like I have no privacy and I don't even live with her. I feel so stuck and really want to break this hold my mom has on me. I'm almost 30 years old and my mom is still asking me where I am and when I'll be home. Now, when I was in college, I did attempt suicide a few times in my car, overdosed on pills while in a parking lot, so I do recognize that she maybe has some anxiety coming from that, but I haven't been suicidal for years now. I was okay with her having my location for a few years after that, because I understand she has anxiety, which I partially caused. But she has to trust me at some point. I feel like a child even though I live alone and pay my own bills. I can't seem to break this control my mom has over. I know it's gonna cause a huge fight if I turn my location off, so I just deal with it. But I need my independence, I'm going crazy. Turn your location off, and if she flips out, just hang up and temporarily block her. She will get the hint eventually. As the saying goes, she'll either get over it or die mad. You don't live with her. Why are you allowing this? So she throws a tantrum. That's a pity for her. Turn it off. Let her have a fit. What exactly is she going to do about it? You're an adult. You have agency over whether you have a relationship or not with your mother. If she has a problem with it, put her in timeout until she gets over it. Turn it off. What happens when OP marries? OP's spouse is in for a difficult time. OP needs to start standing up to their mother now, baby steps. Your mom is manipulating you with her fits. Turn off the tracking and block her and any of her minions. If she doesn't like it, tell her to get counseling to figure out why she feels she needs such control over a 28-year-old adult. Remember, this is your life, not hers. Don't let her control you. Dude, you're 30, stop listening to your mom, you're an adult. Dude, you're 28 years old. Cut the umbilical cord. What's she going to do if you remove her access to your location? Ground you? Take away your phone? No dessert? Yell into your voicemail? Be an adult. My F25 mother, F50, doesn't want me to see my boyfriend, M25, of 5 years. I'm back in university. I dropped out in 2020 because I was struggling mentally and had to take a break. I do not regret that decision, but my mother hates me for it and she lets me feel it every day. She's extremely suspicious of me now and doesn't believe that I'm being serious about school. Fair enough, I guess. She believes that everyone needs to achieve certain things at a certain age. It's been hard for me and my BF. We see each other once a week. I make sure to stay the night and my mother can't stand it. We're Middle Eastern, so you can imagine what her values are. My BF is white. She is against me sleeping over and seeing him more than once a week. Edit, that's coming from a woman who regrets marrying my father, M53. They didn't live together until they got married, and that's when they both realized that they made a mistake, lol. My sister, F27, is living with her BF of 2 years and my mother tells people that she is living with a female roommate. She hopes that they're going to break up soon because it's wrong. She thinks of me as a failure and loser. I'm being insulted every morning. My mother doesn't want me to see my BF anymore because I should to prioritize school now. I told her that I can do both and she lost her shit and yelled at me for an hour straight. I was both physically and mentally abused growing up and I'm still terrified of that woman. I get really bad anxiety whenever her name pops up on my phone. I don't know how to handle it. Any advice? I'm not financially stable enough to move out, but me and my BF want to move in together next year. Fingers crossed. He is currently living with his brother. I can't move in with him. When you can get away from your mom, your mental health will improve a lot. Stop answering your phone. Give her one phone call a week and hang up when she starts yelling at you. She'd kill me as soon as I'm back home. She also does a lot of spam calling when I'm not responding to her calls and messages. Yes, I see the toxicity of your mother's old culture ways. But my only question is, who's paying your education? If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.